There's no necessity.
Well, yeah, but there's yeah, not the not that we just spoke
No.
about. Christ.
Okay. All you fuckers that are in business, those that have turned this into a fucking profession, that starts here. Start getting that in your fucking brain. Start fucking firing this up. Start having YouTube. Start having Facebook and what the fuck was that? And
Instagram.
yeah.
What was that?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth. So the key thing is that we've got this going on because that starts the process. A client walking in the door is not the start of the process. The process starts way, way, way out. And you've got the technology to project yourselves. You've got enough fucking technology, more than what they had nearly 30 years ago, more than 20 years ago, to get your message out there. And it is noisy out there, but that's why I stand out, because I tell everyone to go fuck themselves. I've got no qualms in fucking telling people to go fuck themselves and fuck off, and I don't believe it. That's what irritates people, and that's what attracts people. That's what fucking moves people away. That's fine. I'm not here to please everybody, but it doesn't mean I can't have a drink with you. I just don't agree with you. You know, most of the stuff that I do say is bullshit. Nobody can ever come up and say, here is the tangible evidence. And in doctors, we all know this. One doctor will say it's healthy and another doctor will say it's shit. Another doctor will say we need to do this procedure and another doctor will say that's bullshit. We know that. Even the medical profession can't even fucking sort themselves out. So let alone that, we are relying on metaphors and models. Anything that you do is a metaphor and a model. It's a depth of hypnosis. We all know it's shit, but people buy into it. It's the same as not standing in a dog shit. People are like that. They're like, oh, it's a dog shit, it's a dog shit. Oh shit, I fucking stood in it now. And they know they're going to do it. They just keep on fucking doing it. That's what they do. So you've got to remember that, is that most of the stuff that you're going to get sold is marketing. Pre-talk. For you two especially, hypnosis, 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 hypnosis. In a moment we're going to do hypnosis. You'll notice that most of the stuff that I say, in a moment you're going to go into hypnosis. In a moment your eyelids are going to flutter. In a moment you're going to breathe. In a moment your eyelids are going to blink. In a moment you're going to notice that you're doing everything that I just said.
Yeah.
In a moment builds up expectation. Brilliant, powerful tool. Imagine and in a moment are two of the most powerful words that I've found in hypnosis. In a moment, because you're building up the expectation, you're going to blink. Your client is going to fucking blink. They're going to blink. It's fucking impossible not to. Because they'll just sit there and go, oh fuck, and then they know they're fucking caught. That's what you're looking for. In a moment, you're going to take a nice big deep breath. See people doing that there. Fucking
I'm purposely not doing it.
But you've got to consciously think about it. Subconsciously, if I just go, in a moment, you're going to take a nice,
Well, at some point you will.
deep. Yeah, but you're telling them the inevitable, aren't you? You're telling them that it's not going to happen. You know it's going to fucking happen. In a moment, you're going to blink. In a moment, you're going to breathe. In a moment, you're going to take a nice big deep breath. In a moment, you'll notice your eyelids just start to flutter. Now. I'll talk about now in a minute. But that's really, really fucking important. This here, from now on, now you two have got fun, we know that you understand where we are with this, start playing around with hypnosis inductions. But, you know, in a moment, I'm going to drop the pen 3 times. And on the third one, your eyes will get heavier and heavier and heavier. And as I drop the pen, 1, 2, 3, you'll notice your eyes getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Look at that.
Stop it.
See what I I told you what was going to happen in a moment. I'm going to drop the pen 3 times.
I'm not looking at the pen.
On the third one, 1, your eyes are going to get heavier. 2, they're going to feel like they're going to blink. Now. And then on the third one, just notice that hypnosis hit now. Just imagine, only imagine now, what it feels like now, just to go deeper and they go.
You have to really fight it.
Yeah.
Really fighten that off.
Looking at the pen.
You've got to fight it.
You
but,
have to.
But when I sneak up on you and do it, you don't know I'm doing it. But when I tell you I'm not going to do it, in a moment I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to show you how to do it. 1, 2, 3. But it's the way that the tonality changed, the way that I did it. That's the theatre. That's the theatre. You explain it, then you do it. In a moment, this chair's going to spin. You're going to focus on the chair. And as the chair leg comes round, just notice the chair leg spinning. And only notice now, on that spin there, just notice on that spin, just getting closer and closer. And just imagine that hypnosis, your hypnosis, just, there you go, happening. There you go, see? I'm fucking hit you all up there in a bit. And your bananas! You can turn anything into it. Coffee cups, handbags, printing it. Tapping on the board. On the third tap. On the third tap. Even you were fighting it a minute ago, and then you went. Then you're like that. 2, 3, 1. Why do you think a metronome? Tick, tock, tick. How people find that hypnotic. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Like that. And on that third strike, tick, tock. Just feel it. But you build it. You build it. Does that make sense? Tell them what you're going to do. In a moment, I'm going to click my fingers 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And on the third one, you'll notice your eyes get heavier. 1, 2, 3. You can build a hypnosis induction yourself. It's got fuck all to do with the induction. It's the build-up. That build-up, that powerful build-up. Hypnosis, 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 hypnosis. I'm now going to do this. In a moment. Make sense? People get themselves all fucking fizzy about it. But if you understand the pre-talk, then it negates this. Negates it straight away. There's no such thing as hypnosis induction. It's bullshit. All fucking bullshit. All they do is just put a cherry on the cake. If you've not done that properly, that is worth fuck all. Yeah? Hypnosis, hypnosis, hypnosis on all of these. YouTube, Facebook, word of mouth, and Instagram.
Do you still say hypnosis with kids?
Yeah. Kids are brilliant. They don't need hypnosis, do you know why?
No, I just wondered if you used the word.
No. I might mention it, but on the same token, kids are brilliant. Kids are brilliant for a reason, because they have powerful imaginations. There's no, you know, just only imagine now that you're on a slide. Just imagine you're on a slide right now. That's it. And I want you to just imagine you're at the top and throw down. Just throw down that slide now. All the problems and all the people that are in your life that are problems. Watch them. They're fucking throwing the little bastards off. Do you know what I mean? You have to think quickly, like as a quick metaphor that. But there's a book called 77 Stories and Metaphors. I think I told you a lot to get it before. But go get that book, 77 Stories and Metaphors, by a guy called Nick Owen. Brilliant book, absolutely brilliant book. If you master that, the rest just goes. All happens straight away. Then all you're doing then is making them, amplifying the belief even further, opening up the belief even further, moving into therapeutic interventions, which is next, which is, or I just call it suggestions. I call it suggestions. The key thing about suggestions is is being mindful that a suggestion is not just verbs and words, it's your body language. I've done it with all of you in this classroom. People sit there and go, fucking, but all I'm doing is putting a suggestion in. When you see me working, you'll see me do this. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Or just imagine it coming in, that power, that imagination coming into your body. Those little flicks, those little movements there, they're suggestions. But for the purposes of just now, to keep it simple, I'm just going to leave it there with fights. And just for you, so you've got something to play with in a minute, so you understand it, is if you remember this, feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, and sensations. My hands couldn't fucking reach down there. Should have moved, shouldn't I? This came about because of just years and years of being fucking dictated to, when I realised it's ambiguity in it. Feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations. Over the past few weeks, and this will come apparent in a minute, months and years. Now, at the beginning, to show that I'm not just fucking pissing around with all of it, what was the metaphor that I gave you, showing that my session started already? What was the metaphor I gave you about your body?
Pressure cooker.
About the pressure cooker. What have I already done
Take a lid.
before I do this? Your body's like a big pressure cooker with a valve on the top. And when you open that valve, that pressure's going to come out. What do you think's going to happen here?
They're going to pop, hopefully.
Zip, 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 zip. I've already started it in the pre-talk. The session started in the pre-talk. The suggestion, supposition, I've literally just put that in already. That you're a pressure cooker. And all these little things that are built up, I'm already triggering it. I'm already firing it up. I'm already triggering that thing to make them alert them to the state. Like we do in kinetic shift, that's a story for another day. But on the same token, those little things there, I'm alerting them to all those things. The subconscious, unconscious monkey brain. Just to go, those little things there, we can bring them up to the surface in a minute. Feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations. My therapy session started way before that.
What metaphor do you use when, maybe they're of a different language and the pressure cooker doesn't create that image with them, or a child, they've got no understanding of pressure cooker? Is there a set go-to rather than the pressure cooker?
No, I've never hit that.
No.
Even with kids, I explain what a pressure cooker is then. A pressure cooker is a big vessel like this that we used to put our food in, and the steam builds up and it builds up. And what we're doing is that your body's like a big container, and if you don't let go, all I do is just change the metaphor slightly.
How young a child is it all right to work with through the hypnosis?
I don't really work with anyone under 14.
Oh, okay. What would you use with children, younger children?
Metaphors.
Metaphors.
Metaphors. Claire, if it gets too cold, just shut the window.
Okay. Here's a nice story about a dog for dog phobias with young children. About, because usually it's fear of big dogs. About a big dog that no one liked him because he was so big and he felt sad and unloved, and that just does the trick.
There's thousands.
That's it.
Get that 77 stories of metaphors by Nick Owen. There's thousands, there's 77 in there, but there is thousands of metaphors. Everything that we do is a metaphor and a model. Even hypnosis is a metaphor and a model. When people talk about depth of hypnosis, metaphor and a model. When people talk about anything, we actually don't know the factual what hypnosis really is. There's people out there that fucking go onto Facebook and say it's this, that and the other, blah, blah, blah. But you haven't actually got, you haven't got anything that's tangible. you've got ideas and you've got things that happen, and I get that. But you haven't actually got the factual. And tell me what it is, and then we know what it is. At the moment, it's just all metaphor and models. Everything that we do is a metaphor and a model. Everything that we do.
Okay.
Just let you know, and everybody else, she's eating chocolate bars.
If anyone wants, no one will want it.
No, it's an inclusive. Is it
With
vegan
bits
shit?
of that.
No.
It's really nice.
As you know, vegans walked into a room. They'll fucking tell you. Anyway, right.
Ow! Whatever.
You can interchange that with everything, by the way. How do you know a pilot's walked into a room? They'll fucking tell you. As you know, a hypnotist walked into a room. They'll fucking tell you. Right. Feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations. Happy?
Mhm.
Do this. Do it really hard. Really, really faster. Just keep doing it as hard as you can. That's why I've opened the window for you. But anyway, so the problem is that because you've just eaten and had loads of stuff, all your body, your oxygen's going into your stomach. So when after a class, what I normally do is get people to stand up and go, and then make them until they go fucking nauseous or go wobbly, and get them to sit down, because then you've got enough, then you've oxygenated your body. Anyway, so we've got that. Ready?
4.
Got it.
I'm going to do my gum.
Take your gum out. I don't really mind. As a safety factor, I would prefer if you removed your chewing gum. Personally, put it in a monkey's butt. It's not like you can swallow it, is it?
Stuff. You don't have to do CPR, do you? It's not part of it.
Oh my god, Daddy did it.
What?
Is that entertainment?
Only Karl can get away with that shit, right?
Well, Wicky's face does.
Oh yeah, he does.
Ready? Everything's content free.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that thing that you, so this is the way to do content free. There is something you want to deal with and there's something you want to get rid of, yeah? So for you two especially, I'm going to show you what to do and then I'll break it down at the very end, right? Because I used to tell people what I was going to do and then I realised I don't know where the fuck it's going. So it could go somewhere and then I've got to try and explain what it is. So I might as well do it and then explain it, right? Good. Happy?
I'm good.
You know what it is that you wanted to deal with?
Yeah, trying to prioritise.
Don't worry about that because they'll all come up eventually.
Mhm.
What did I just do then? They're all going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to come up. They're all, just let it, just whatever it was, whatever it is, and I'm not condescending, whatever it is, just tell your subconscious and let it go. That's it.
God.
It's a good job it's camping.
Yeah.
Christ.
It's nothing worse than a nodding
All that
fucking
training.
therapist that can tell you, tell me what your problem is. It's amazing. I always say this on videos, I always say it, that you can get a therapist, right? Women, men, doesn't matter where they are, drinking 10 pints of lager, doing shots, dancing on the table. You put them in a fucking therapy chair. Tell me what your problem is. They don't act congruent, they just sit there and act like fucking dummies. Right. Ready? Look at that, compliant straight away. Boom. Take a nice big deep breath. Breathe out. Take a nice big deep breath. Breathe out. Take a nice big deep breath. Breathe out. Close your eyes. Relax. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like right now. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like right now. Just to go into your hypnosis. That hypnosis, your hypnosis. Just imagine, only imagine now that hypnosis, your hypnosis right now. Going through your body like you've never done before. Just imagine that hypnosis, your hypnosis, that hypnosis they've experienced before. Just taking you on a mystical, magical journey. Just imagine going on a mystical, magical, powerful journey now. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like right now. Just to let that powerful hypnosis take you further and deeper. What I want you guys to take note of as well is a lot of people in hypnotherapy are taught to talk. My job is to remove that training scar, and it's a training scar. A training scar from psychotherapists that have got involved in hypnosis and believe that we need to talk to our client all the fucking time. We don't. The key to being a good hypnotist is watching what goes on, watching the client. Do something, step back, let them deal with it. Then come back in, then come back out. Literally, that's all it is. Just a dance. Just imagine, Claire, only imagine now what it feels like right now. What it's like to let go of any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations. Any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations you've held on to over the past few weeks, the past few months, the past few years. Just imagine, only imagine now, Claire, what it feels like right now. Just to let that pressure, that tension, that hurt, that pain, that guilt, that shame, whatever it is that's been stored up, just imagine letting it go now. Like a big, big valve opening up on the top of your head. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now. Just to let go like you've never done before. Of any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations. Any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations you've held on to over the past few weeks, the past few months, the past few years. Just imagine that right now. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like now. Just to let go. Now. Here's another thing for you as well. A lot of therapists think that they need to be here. It's nothing to do with me. This session's got nothing to do with me. It's to do with Claire. So I can just do this. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like right now. Just to let go. Just imagine, only imagine now what it feels like right now. Just to let go now. Of any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations now. Just imagine. Just imagine, only imagine now. That big thing you've been holding on to, coming up to the surface. Now. Build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up. Hold it. Now. Take you anywhere. Just imagine something dragging it out, pulling it out. Just imagine something dragging it out, pulling it out. now. See how long I can hold that silence for. And when you know you've done enough for now, and you think you've done enough for now, just open your eyes. Take your time.
Okay. I feel like I need to prise my eyes open.
Any negative, this is the calibration phase. Any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions or sensations?
Yeah.
Things you haven't seen for a long time?
Yeah.
How did that come up? Were they feelings, images, thoughts, sensations or?
I could hear a lot of it.
Okay,
It all sort of felt like it was all coming out.
okay. It's all coming out. Look at what I've started at the start of the session. Now, this is interesting, talking about how suggestions are not just words. If I push my hand under your stomach and push all that negativity, all that shit, all that fucking crap you've been holding on to, all the way out the top of your head, now. There you go. Feel that?
Yeah, but it feels like it's a bit stuck.
Okay, watch this. Watch this. Put my hand underneath your throat. I'm going to push really fucking hard until it pops out the top of your head. Now.
Yeah.
Good. Is there one thing in particular that stood out?
There were loads of things.
Anything in particular? Don't tell me what it is. Well, you can do if you want to, but I'm just trying to prove the fact
yeah.
I don't need to.
Yeah, there was.
You got it?
Yeah.
What colour's that? First colour.
Purple.
Watch this. Watch my hand. I'm going to grab that purple. I'm going to drag it out now. Just going to let that purple, whatever that purple was, whatever that incident was, whatever that person was, can evaporate now. What's your postcode backwards? Doesn't really matter. That thing, that person, that image, that thing that was just there a little while ago, try and find it now.
I'm just seeing it all resolved.
So it's not in your face, it's away. It's
Yeah.
more distant now. See my
Yeah.
hand then? If somebody's letting go of something, it's more distant now.
Yeah, but I'm seeing it all as solutions and it's all kind of all going to plan.
Hope he knows. And I would rinse, repeat what you've just seen. Don't worry about some of the stuff I've just did. It's just because I have to do stuff there and there. But let me just explain something. When she dealt with something and then she did something and I needed to check on something. Let's say she said it was a certain thing. I'm in the imagination, right? I need to bring the logical brain back out. Remember, I'm working as a hypnotist on the emotional side. I need to bring the logical brain back in to see and check my work, right? And to get them to start the new neural pathways, the new way of thinking, the new way of doing stuff, right? So asking for their telephone number backwards, their cell number backwards, their zip code backwards, their postcode backwards. By doing that, they're having to bring in the left side. They're having to realign the left side back up. They're having to go, which is now realigning, and then I check my work again. Can you see that thing now?
Yeah, but it's all looking good.
Remember, we only deal with perceptions. That's all we deal with. A car accident, being run over, being attacked, being whatever, being in a traffic collision, being run over by a car. That being shot at, being blown up, they'll always be in your life. It's about how you think about them. It's about how you feel about them. That's the only thing that fucking changes. We don't erase memories. All we do is we change the way. Instead of somebody sitting there, what do you like with spiders?
I'm okay with spiders.
So when you do this, and people say about spiders, and then do that, was there anything tingling in your body or anything like that? Did you get that fucking thing away from me?
No, I'm all right. You could do it with snakes instead if you want.
All right, but mind you, with snakes when they do that.
Yeah, that's not.
See that? See that there? There is no snake. It's my fucking arm. So if I do this and just do the movements of a snake, there's no snake. Look what's happened. All of a sudden, it's like, get that fucking thing away from me. All I'm doing is just going like that.
That's
and then,
just brought back a memory of me in India with a snake charmer who sat next to me on a train and then started, and it was coming out by the side of my head.
yeah, funny one. But the thing is though, is if I just do this.
Yeah. If you go up like that, it's even worse.
Right, so watch this. When I do this, the best thing to do, this is why hypnosis scripts are shit. This is why they're the fucking cancer of hypnosis training. When you hear about what they call hypnosis scripts, right, they're fucking vomit. And the reason being is because if I do this, right, I alert a response. I've got a response. I'm not torturing you. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it on video just to show a purpose. But what I need to do is if I want to work with an emotion, I need to spike it. You can do this with your kids immediately. You can do this with anyone straight away. Watch this. If I do that, right, how does it make you feel?
I can't look away.
Good. What colour's that? First colour?
Red.
Okay, whereabouts the red in your body? First,
Fingers.
there you go, watch this. I'm going to push my hand underneath your shoulders. I'm going to push up, watch my hand. Just watch me push that red all the way through your neck, all the way out the top of your shoulders, out the top of your head, any second now. Good. What's your telephone number backwards?
0.
Doesn't really matter. Now, what happens is, if you just do this, you notice that it's changed.
I'm going to give it a little stroke.
Can you see how that just changed?
It's quite cute.
It's funny.
Your brain doesn't work in words, it works in colours and algorithms.
I want to give it a stroke.
You want to see my
That
snake?
was you. You did that. I never thought
That's
that
all
before.
I
That
was
was
thinking
you.
about, I'm sorry.
It's every course that Hayley comes on.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
You might need to edit that.
I was meant to be put opposite
No.
you like that.
No, I leave it in.
Oh
Just,
no, that was just funny. Sorry.
but the point being is, a moment ago when I did that, and I pretended it was a snake or a spider or anything, there was a reaction. Now, I isolated, when she thinks of snake or moving like that feeling, I isolated it to a colour. What colour is it? Whereabouts is it in your body, in my shoulders? Just pushed it straight out. All I did was use the modality.
So what about like the show jumping thing? What would you do? Watch it.
It's got fuck all to do with show jumping. It's got nothing to do with show
You know,
jumping.
but no, that you learnt the state, so would you pretend to show jump just to...
No, it's got nothing to do with show jumping. The issue, it is a fucking fact that when people come to you, that the problem that they present is not necessarily the problem that they've actually got.
But how would you alert the state of show jumping if you were doing
I'm
it
not
that
dealing
way?
with show jumping. Fuck show jumping in the
Yeah, but
air.
you alert the state with the snake.
No, I'm not.
It's
No,
the
you're-
emotion, isn't
the
it?
issue's not the issue. The show jumping's not the problem. Her confidence is the problem. The show jumping is just a byproduct. Something has happened with your show jumper to fucking, so people on the video understand now, fucking ADHD age,
Sorry.
right? The person you want to see with the show jumping, something has happened to knock her confidence.
So I noticed last night on my long drive, and I've noticed it quite recently when I've been visiting my daughter in Manchester, that when it gets dark, I start to get uneasy driving, and I've always thought of myself as a confident driver, but when there's rain, when it's getting dark, and when you did that session just a minute ago, like I would never have said, oh, I have a fear of driving, or I'm uncomfortable about driving, but when you did that session, there was a memory of when I was younger, driving to uni, and I broke down, and someone tried to get me in their truck, and it was like, you know, they're trying to pull me in and I was trying to get out. I don't even think about that. I would have thought, oh, shit about that. That's what came up and out.
And think about it now.
Twat. That's what came to mind.
Would you have brought that up if I'd have asked you in a
Never.
consultation?
Never.
Fucking exactly.
Never.
That's why fucking you're a
Never.
hypnotist. That's why all these people, they sit there like, oh yes, but my psychotherapist trainer told me to do this. That's because they're a fucking psychotherapist. You're dealing with, that's a 1900s fucking technology. It's an 18th century fucking technology, I should say, but in the 21st century. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem you've got, is that psychotherapy's infiltrated hypnosis and fucking wrecked it. That there wouldn't have come out in a consult. She just said, I never even fucking thought of that. The point being is going content free is why that popped out. I was so ambiguous. Let go of any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, sensations that held you back over the past few weeks, the past few months, the past few years. Let the subconscious, unconscious unravel that pressure cooker.
Because if you make it specific, will it find something specific to fit what you've said?
It might be just bullshit they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of therapists, a lot of hypnotists have a lot of problems because they're chasing fucking shadows. They're consistently chasing shadows. Well, no, it definitely was that. You know, you can't say, no, it's definitely that. When somebody tells me it's definitely that, it's definitely fucking not that. That's the thing. What your client tells you is pure and utter visceral bile.
To be honest,
Rubbish.
when you do the emotional detox, sometimes that cures the phobia anyway, doesn't it? You don't
It's
even
a
have to
knock-on
tackle
effect. This is what I mean.
The phobia. Because
Well, you look at the pressure cooker. Look at the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
All I'm doing with the pressure cooker is bringing it down to give them extra space at the top to make. People that have got a full pressure cooker do not act rationally or fucking. That person we were talking about at lunchtime does not act rationally even when dealt with when you throw them logic, because the pressure cooker's through the fucking roof. You cannot talk to anyone that's fucking like that. You cannot deal with anyone whose pressure cooker's through the roof. You cannot deal with anyone who's in a complete and utter emotional breakdown. You could probably try and ease them down, but you're not going to get far with them. You by working with them, you're not going to do much because they're in such a fucking state. What your job is to bring that pressure cooker down, to give them that vacuum, so when something else happens in the future, it comes up and then it can bubble back down. That's all it's going to do. Life isn't fucking Willy Wonka. There's therapists out, genuinely, there's fucking therapists out there that go, yes, I've done this and I've done that. Yeah, and they've still got to go on with the rest of their life. If you think that you've just gone and changed their life and everything's going to be hunky-dory, you are a fucking idiot. It is a fucking fact. You may get rid of that batch of shit that's happened in the past couple of years. Brilliant. But on the same token, it doesn't fucking resolve their future problems. All I see I'm doing is we're giving them more space to deal with the next pile of vomit that's going to hit. Because that's what life is. It's about being prepared for the next fucking wall of shit that hits you. And that's the thing. All I'm doing is preparing, getting rid of that gap there so then they can sit there and float around and make more concise decisions. Watching my hands, weren't you? Because what was I doing then? And all I'm doing is bringing her pressure cooker down. She's watching. And as I bring that pressure cooker down and cause that void to allow you to have that peace, that calm, that tranquility that you've been looking for there, it'll just start to happen now. I'm explaining to you and working on her at the same time. like that now, aren't you? Shit. What am I sitting here for? But the point being is that there are people out there that generally do think that, oh yeah. It's like there's that fucking idiot that we kicked out of the hypnotic mastermind group the other day with trauma training. They're fucking lunatics, and the reason they're lunatics is because they think that doing a singular thing is the life-changing thing. It's not. It's the whole thing. It's like when I see people going, oh, I've got a thing to get rid of fears and phobias. They're fucking parlour tricks. It's bullshit. The fucking fear and phobia is not the biggest problems in their life. There's a whole backstory. There's a whole thing going on. It's a whole pressure cooker. And the fucking phobia is merely just that of this. Anyone can do a fucking parlour trick. Anyone can do that bollocks. It's rubbish. That's parlour trick we just saw there. What colour is it? Where is it in the body? Shifting it out. Good. Happy?
Thank you.
Well done,
Thanks
you.
very much.
Right,
Thank you.
what we're going to do now is we're going to go away, go do that. But we're going to do it in threes. It's you three working with each other and you three working with each other. And I really do mean, because we haven't got a lot of time today, is I don't want fucking yippity yappity about my Tesco's fucking card isn't working, or my Amazon delivery isn't here, or oh shit, I didn't pick up some cat litter. I don't need that shit. What I want is I want one person to hypnotise another person, and the other person is an observer for the newbies. And learning and how to mentor people and just doing that. Let them do what they're doing. So if she's hypnotising or you're hypnotising, you shut the fuck up and just only give them little bits of information. Same as you over here. The experience is if they're about to talk, you think, oh, I wouldn't just do it just yet. Let them control the scenario, but maybe just drop some words of advice in. Don't consistently talk.
So two people are getting hypnotised?
No, one person's being hypnotised.
Yeah, I get that.
One person's a hypnotist, the other person is sitting behind,
Right.
like that. The hypnotist is here, hypnotise over there, and you're just going to go, feelings, images, thoughts, process.
Oh, so I'm doing that.
No, we're all going to go around in a circle.
Right.
But I've found that getting people to act an observer
Right.
makes them watch even fucking harder.
Okay.
They watch harder. And that's when you pick the calibration skills up. If you see something that they haven't seen, or somebody hasn't seen, go, see that twitch, see that movement, see that leg twitch, that there. That's what you're looking for. That teaches calibration, because you're going to be watching the client and then giving them words of advice. So you're always consistently learning and watching. Yeah? The idea is that the hypnotist is there, hypnotise over there, you're sitting here, you're just watching and offering advice. Whatever the hypnotist does is up to them. Your job is to merely advise. You're just an advisor. Does it make sense?
Yes.
I found it works really, really well. So it's entirely up to you. There's another room through there. If you want to go in there, go play. You're more than welcome. We can stay in here. Entirely up to you. Ready?
Go.
Go.